Hello guys, welcome back to Aapka RPS, and as you know my name is Pratap Singh, and our second chapter is going on, that is AI project cycle. In this video we will complete the second stage of AI project cycle, that is data acquisition. And do not forget to subscribe and click on bell icon if you are new on my video. So without being late, let's start our slides. So guys, here is our slide, and as you know our second unit is going on AI project cycle, and this is the second stage of AI project cycle, data acquisition. So data acquisition is the stage in which we acquire data for the project. We have read that we need data. We will acquire data. But a question always came that what is data? Let us understand it. Data can be defined as the representation of facts or instructions about some entity, like students, school, sport, business, animal, etc. that can be proceed or communicated by human or machines. Data is a collection of facts such as numbers, words, pictures, audio clip, video, maps, measurements, observations, or even just description of things. So everything is data if it is communicable between two humans or machines, and also if it provides any information about something. For example, when you used to open Google Map, it is an also type of data. Like it is a data of your routes from where you can go through. Then data may be represented with the help of characters such as alphabets, digits, or special characters. Basically, we divide data into two parts: structured data and unstructured data. Let us understand first structured data. So, structured data is categorized as quantitative data. It is the type of data most of us work with every day. So, structured data is also known as quantitative data, and we mostly work on it. Structured data has predefined data types and formats so that it fit well in the column field of database or spreadsheet. So basically, structured data has a well-defined boundaries that we can easily fill it into a Excel sheet, spreadsheet, or anything else. For example, if you are a teacher in a school and you have appointed a duty that create a sitting arrangement for paper, so you have a data that how many sections are there in each class, how many students are there in each section, and what are their roll numbers, how many rooms are available in our school, and then how we can divide them. This is a structured data. They are highly organized and easily analyzed. So when you fill these data in a spreadsheet, then you can easily analyze these datas. So the data is structured in accurately defined field. The data is stored in rational database or spreadsheet. Just we have talked that you can fill these all information in spreadsheet. For example, Excel, we are most familiar with it. Examples of structured data are name, age, address, etc. Unstructured data. Unstructured data is categorized as qualitative data. So structured data is quantitative, unstructured qualitative. It cannot be proceed and analyzed using conventional rational database method or RDBMS. So we cannot process these datas in RDBMS, but we can process the RDBMS through structured data. Unstructured data is difficult to deconstruct because it has no predefined model. Simply, if it has a predefined model, it has a predefined boundaries, then we can simply analyze it through RDBMS. But we are unable to analyze it through this. So it is just opposite of structured data. Instead, no rational or NoSQL databases are best fit for managing unstructured data. Remember it that RDBMS or NoSQL both are not in detail in your class. So just remember their names but do not go in more details. Example of unstructured data include text, video, audio, mobile activity, social media activity, satellite imagery, surveillance imagery, and list goes on. So it is not a short topic, it is a very broad topic. You need so much time to understand it. Dataset. Dataset is nothing but a collection of data. This set is normally present in a tabular pattern. Every column describes a particular variable and each row corresponds to give a member of the data set. So just like spreadsheet, you have rows and columns, and always you name that this row will represent this and this column will represent it. We will understand it through an example which I have for you in next slide. Dataset describes value for each variable. For known quantities such as height, weight, temperature, volume, etc. of an object, values of random numbers. The value in this set are known as datum. So it is an important definition. You must remember it. Datasets describes value for each variable for unknown quantities such as height, weight, temperature, volume, etc. of an object, values of random numbers. The value is this set are known as datum. So dataset consists a data of one or more members corresponding to each row. Here we have a example for dataset, and also we have three main components of dataset. What are these? Data features, training data, and testing data. So dataset is here. We have created a dataset that describe us that what is the gender of a worker, how much time it used to work, is he or she is doing overtime, and according to these 3 points, what will be their salary. So let us read it. If the worker is male and working 8 hours, also doing overtime, he will be paid 5300. When the worker is female and working 10 hours, he will be paid 5000. Male 10 hours, no overtime but 6000 rupees. Female 8 hours with overtime 4500. So you can see discrimination also, but it is not our part, it is a part of SST. Let us understand it. Now here you have whole data. Here I have just give a slide. You also have to fill this one column and take it as a data, but remember it, when you are feeding this last row to the machine, you will not provide this one. Okay, so this consists how many points? 1, 2, 3, 4 and 5 points. So in these 5 points, 80% of the data you will be feed to the machine while modeling, so that machine can understand how I have to work. So 4 parts we have provided the machine, and then the last part, which is a 20% data, will be stored by us so that we can test the machine, is it working correctly or not. So when you will feed this testing data, machine will give some answer. For these x, machine will give a y. Then you have to connect our answer with the machine answer. Are they matching? If yes, then your machine has a very good F1 score or accuracy. But remember it once again, testing data or training data is a part of evaluation, and it is your 7th chapter which we will read, and in it we will understand about this. But now you must take a definition of this. Then data feature is what? The main points through which we are trying to take something extra. Then difference between training and testing data. Let us understand first the training data. So a training data is a database of examples used during the learning process and is used to fit the parameters. In simple language, what you are trying, that you are giving some examples of data so that machine can learn. Just a simple definition. So maximum part of the data sets come under training data. Same we have done here. 80% is covered, these four. Then testing data. A test is a set of examples used only to access performance the fully specified classifiers. So the testing data which we have taken here is provided to machine so that we can understand its accuracy, how much accurate your data is, how much accurate your model is. Okay, so a very little part of data set is used for testing data, usually 20%. But remember one point, that in this graph or a table I have taken a very small data, but when you will create a model you have to take very vast, it will be in thousands of rows or columns. So you must understand 80% for training data and 20% for testing data. Let us move on. So a feature is also known as data feature. This feature we have to study, which is the third component of our last topic. So data feature refers to the type of data we want to collect, a measurable piece of data that can be used for analyze. Features are also sometimes referred to as variable or attributes. Depending on what we are trying to analyze, the features we include in our data set can be very wide. In CSV, Excel and databases, they could be seen as columns. Now, we have understand what is data. I hope you have make your information clear about the data. Now let us come back to acquiring data. So we have understand that the acquiring data means we have to acquire data for the machine so that we can train or test the machine. But where we will acquire data, what are these places? So there are main six places from where you can acquire data: surveys, web scraping, sensors, API or application program interface, cameras and observations. Let us understand each of them one by one. So surveys, a research method used for collecting data from a predefined group of respondents to gain information and insights into various topics of interest. So basically surveys is a type of research where you used to go each person or a group of person and ask them what is their interest. For example, when election used to held, there is some polls, all the channel go one by one to every person and ask which party they want to win. That is also a survey. The census which were not able to held because of COVID is also a survey. Now cameras, a camera picture captures a visual image. You all know that it captures photos, that is a visual image. All of you must be familiar with selfies. So a device for recording visual image in the form of photographs, films or video
So
signal.
guys, here you have to write a
It could
URL
be
so that
used
you
to
can
collect
access
data
Loopy
for
and make
CV
a
project.
system map.
So
The
if you
URL
have
is
seen our
mcase
first or second video
dot me
of introduction
forward
to AI,
slash loopy
in that we have
forward
studied
slash and
domains of
enter.
AI, which are three domains. One of those was CV, which is computer vision, that works on visual data. So cameras or uh, any photos helps to train a CV project. Now web scraping. Web scraping is the process of collecting structured web data in automated fashion. It also called web data extraction. So most of you, not every one of you is the right sentence. Every one of you used to do web data extraction. When you got any project, well, most probably any topic like Sikkim, make a file on and this and make a file on disasters, and recently a new thing was added, portfolio, that also need web data extraction. So let us take an example, that are price monitoring, news monitoring, etc. So our fourth topic is observations. Some data we can acquire through monitoring and close inspection, like attending session, that is observation. So sensors a device which detect or measure a physical property and record, indicates and otherwise responds to it. Temperature sensors and gyroscope is the best example for sensors. Now, sensor is anything that detects or measures any physical property, then record it, indicate us, or otherwise respond according to it. For example, in our phone we have microphones which used to record our voice. That is also a sensor. Now API. An API is a software intermediary that allows two applications to talk to each other. Now, acquiring data from reliable sources. This is a big question nowadays, from where we can acquire data without any virus, without wrong data, because our first demand for data is your data should be authentic and reliable. So sometimes we use the internet and try to acquire data from for your project from some random websites. Same the topic of web extraction you are also do here. For your file you used to search something and open random website so that you can acquire data. Such data might not be authentic as it acquires and not be proved. Due to this, it becomes necessary to find a reliable source of data from where some authentic information can be taken. So here you got the word authentic. Your data must be authentic. So those random websites which you are opening might not be authentic, and it is harmful for your device to go several random websites which are not authentic, because it can be some hidden viruses which you will study in employability skills or ICT skills, so that you should know where to explore data or where to acquire data. Now because of this one sentence, because of this one reason, it is become very necessary to find a reliable or authentic website from where we can acquire correct data. At the same time, we should keep in mind that the data which we collect is open source and not someone's property. So when you are opening website, you must know that websites can be acquired or can be reached by each and every web Gmail ID or each and every user. So it is not a private property. But why we are writing this point? It will be understood to you by second point, that is extracting private data can be an offense. So we are extracting what data? We are extracting an open sourced data. But if you try to extract private data, it is an offense or illegal. One of the most reliable and authentic sources of information are the open source website hosted by government. So the best way to collect data is to go to through the websites which are hosted by the government. These government portals have general information collected in suitable format which can be downloaded and used widely. So if you use these websites which are hosted by government, they have a suitable format. For example, the structured data you can say that they contains, and it can be easily downloaded. So these government portals have general information collected in suitable format which can be downloaded and used widely. So when you use to collect data through government sites, those have a suitable format. You can say structured data which can be easily downloaded and you can use it widely. So there are some open source government portals that are data.gov.in or india.gov.in. Some other sites are also existing that provides you data, that are Kaggle datasets, Amazon datasets, or Yahoo Web Scope. After this, one more point or one more topic is left, that is system maps. This is the last topic of data acquisition. System maps help us to find relationship between different elements of the problem which we have scoped. So if you have scoped some problems, then you must know what is the relationship between those. The system maps use to provide that relationship, not to provide to show that relationships. A system map shows the components of a system and the components of the environment at a specific point in time. We use system maps to understand complex issues and multiple factors that affect each other. So a system maps every element is interconnected. With the help of system maps, one can easily define a relationship amongst different elements which come under a system. It helps us in strategizing the solution for achieving the goal of our project. So there are some components or some things which are needed to create a system map, that are circle, arrow, positive and negative signs. Let us understand each one. Circle, that show the element or represent node. So circles are also known as node in system maps, and they contain an element, a topic, or a problem which you have scoped. Then the second part is arrow, that shows the relationship between circles. So now you have created nodes. Now what the map needs is to showing relationship. That is the main work of system map. So arrow do that work. Then positive and negative sign, that show the direct and indirect proportionality of the data. Here the data must be proportional with indirect or indirect. Positive sign represent direct proportionality, whereas negative sign represent indirect proportionality. Now let us look how we can create system map using shown signs. What are those signs? Circle, arrow, positive and negative signs. So through these signs you can create a system map. For that we will go on Loopy. That is a site which provide you to create a system maps and provide a best tools so that you can easily do it. This is all your theory part. Now we will do a little bit practical while making system map. When you will type this, you will land up on the side of Loopy. You have to come down here, try out Loopy. You have land here. So this is a pencil so that you can draw a circle, which means element, then a arrow and plus minus sign. This is text so that you can add any information which you want. Here from this you can slide down it. The more far it will be, the more time it will take so that to increase and decrease. For example, when I am playing it, adding, when I have it is minusing very fastly, but it is taking some time to decrease. Let us create a loopy or system map. For example, I want to create a system map on cancer. So cancer happened because of, yes, because of smoking. If you are guessing smoking, then you are correct. Let us write here smoking. I have given it a red color and let is 0. So a node has been created. Smoking damage what? Lungs. So lung damage. Let us make this Oh, sorry. So what is lungs damage or lung damage? This has happened. Now smoking is absolutely connected to it, and lung damage connected to this. Then lung damage cause what? Cancer. Can you get? Can you understand? We are relating each and everything. Cancer. Then smoking. Smoking will decrease or increase. So here we will write more smoking. Okay. I will give this color. Now smoking is connected to more smoking. Connect this. Then we have to become that more smoking will what happen? More lung damage. More lung damage. Okay, it is connected to this. More lung damage means more cancer. Now we have to do what? Proportionate each and everything. Smoking will increase means lung damage will increase, and lung damage, if lung damage is increasing, then smoking will absolutely decrease. Okay, so it has happened. Now more lung damage will do more cancer. But from here, smoking, if smoking is increasing, more smoking can cause more lung damage, and more lung damage cause more cancer. Let us fit it correctly. So yeah, you can see this is overlapping, so we can erase it also like this. Now we can recreate the arrow, make all of them proportional, directly proportional. Here we have completed it. Now let us play our program. So smoking, we will increase it. So let me decrease its speed. Yeah, so if smoking is increasing, you can see lung damage increased, smoking decrease, and cancer also decrease. From here you can get the idea. If cancer is increasing, we can also do more lung damage, or this more lung damage. So what is happening? Let us, cancer is increasing rapidly. Same. Now let us create one more system map so that you can understand it. Let us take an example of depressions which used to cause in nowadays so much. So depression. What is the main reason of depression? Of course, doing things. If you are not doing anything, then why you will get depressed? So doing things. Our first note is this: doing things. Then doing things will be connected to fear of mistake. Okay, then fear of mistake means anxiety. Of course, if you have fear, then anxiety is always there. If you have fear, then anxiety is always there. So now doing things will also increase what? Accepting mistake. A point here will also come: accepting mistakes. So leave these three. Now do from starting. Doing things will what do? also make you feeling good. Some people feel good when they do more work. So feeling good means depression decrease. Depression, and then depression is connected to demotivation. So let us give all of them different colors so that you can understand it easily. All is done. We will use now what? Move. I am taking doing thing in the middle. Then doing thing will increase. Accepting mistake. Accepting mistake will decrease the anxiety. Let us take it. Yeah. And decrease in anxiety will decrease what? Of course, increase fear of mistake. When you are careless about something, then of course you will make more mistakes. The thing is here same. Now all of them is correctly matched. Now what we have to do? We have to connect all of them like a cycle. Uh, Let me move it. Yeah. So fear of mistake. Doing thing will increase accepting mistake, so it is correct. Then accepting mistake will also decrease anxiety. Anxiety decrease in anxiety will increase fear mistake. So we do not have to change this, but we have to change it because fear of mistake will decrease the doing things. Now let us do this. So doing thing will increase feeling good. Feeling good will decrease depression. Decrease Decrease in depression increase demotivation or motivation. Consider what actually means. Yes, decrease in depression means decrease in demotivation, or you can write here motivation. You can also write here motivation, then it will decrease motivation, and decrease in increase in motivation will increase doing things. Let us start it. So some two increase, accepting increase, anxiety has already decreased. When doing thing decrease, feeling good decrease, and anxiety will increase. Let me increase anxiety. If we increase anxiety and depression, then what will happen? Wait a minute, wait a minute. De- Sorry, here demotivation will be the correct option. Demotivation, and demotivation will decrease doing things. Now it is good. So doing thing is increasing, so you can see. Also you can control the speed like this or like this as you want. So you can also come here and learn how to make system maps. I hope you will do this. Now we have came back to our slide, so let us look how the system map is relating to our, how Loopy is relating to our concept. So in our model, the goal of our project become a system whose element are the data features. Any change in these element change system outcomes too. We will use the system maps to analyze the relationship between different system maps. So through system maps we can understand the relationship between these. From this we can get our accurate data that yes, this change will not affect our system or will correctly affect our system. So hope you have understood it. Now At this point, our data acquisition has been ended. In next video, we will start data exploration.
Thank you guys for watching the complete video. If you have any doubt related to data acquisition or the topics which we have read before, please send a comment on comment box. I will try to answer it quickly, and I hope you have understood all the points of this data acquisition. And do not forget to subscribe our channel and click on bell icon so that you can get the notification quickly of our new videos.